So welcome back to styling this application. Right now we need to work on the index page and also the show page. Earlier we worked on the welcome page and also added some navigation and structure to the app. We'll begin here with the index and show by adding some padding and making it look much better than it currently looks. So let's go back into Sublime Text and begin working on the index.html.haml that's in the docs directory. So before we begin, let's actually change these to make sure that this is p.title so that the styling applies, and this is p.doc, or actually date I should say, and this is p.content. And right now we also want to put all this, the title, the date, the content, in a doc or in a doc class. So we doc, and let's move everything to the right. Right now we also want to make sure that everything is clickable, so that when we click on the entire, essentially the box that houses the title, the date, and the content, we're sent to the show page. Right now you can only click on this title to go to the show page, which is not what we want. So we can actually delete this and also delete this. But to make it all clickable, we also need to add an extra line of code here, right on top of here, and it's going to be href, and let's actually modify this a little bit. Get rid of that, and we're asking, so URL for, and this is doc. So when you click on here, it takes us to the URL for that document, and we go straight to the show page that way, instead of having to click on a title every single time. So it makes our application look that much better. We also actually need to move all this to the right to make sure that Haml doesn't throw an error on us. And we also want to add a wrapper here. So it's going to be wrapper with padding. And it's also right here is going to be docs clearfix. And then we want to create a conditional statement. So if the person already has documents, we want this to happen. But if the person does not have documents, we want to give them a message that prompts them to create their first document. To do that, we actually need to do an unless conditional statement. Unless at docs.blank. And unless, by the way, is, I explained what unless is in one of the earlier Ruby syntax videos, foundation or fundamental videos, and it's essentially the opposite of an if statement. So unless it's blank, we're going to get this. Let's actually select all of this and then move it to the right. So unless it's blank, we'll get this, but else we're going to get a different message or a prompt here, h2, and it's going to ask them to create doc for the first time, that is. And then it's also going to say start creating documents and organizing your life. And it's also going to give them a button to go to the new doc path where they can create that document. And this is going to be link to new doc, or actually create doc I should say. Create doc. And we also say new doc path. We can also get rid of this because at this point we have navigation. It's no longer necessary. And let's close this. Let's make sure everything is aligned. Else, unless, and looks good to me. So let's go. Let's save this. Let's go back into our browser and refresh. Perfect. So we have the title here for this document. This is the 50 character snippet, and this is when it was created. So if we click here, we go to the show page. Obviously the show page is left for styling, but so far our index page looks quite good. Let's go back into our terminal, and we want to do git status git add all, and then git with the message. This is going to be style docs index. Perfect.